Good morning, afternoon, and or evening, fellow gamers. Today, I'll be continuing the journey of how I played Pirate101 incorrectly, and I didn't use any training tombs. But, before we get into the video, roll the intro. Let's just get to the point right now. The first thing that I did was get the diplomacy quest from Captain Avery to do daily missions, but those daily missions are basically useless because they supply gold, but I don't need any gold because the fish I kill supply me with a lifetime supply of gold. Then, because it was around Christmas time, I had present farmed for a few minutes, then stopped because it gave me boring and useless stuff, and the only good thing I got from it was gold and pets, but I don't really need pets, and I don't need gold, so yeah, basically it was useless. And I also began the side quest line for searching for more spicy wieners for the Frog Father. This time, the spicy wieners disappeared because the Ratatouille gang stole the spicy wieners. So basically, because of that, I searched for where they were so I can crash their party and take back the spicy wieners. Since the Ratatouille gang acted in the film Ratatouille, they had a lot of gear to steal. So I stole a bunch of gear and sold it back to the economy. And also they gave a bunch of EXP, so I grinded on them until I got to level 14. After that, I learned some stuff from Vadima, and then I sold back to the economy again because they gave me so much gear. And also finally found the head of the Ratatouille gang and got back the spicy wieners, ending the first part of the 2 in the spicy wiener Ratatouille saga. Then I logged off because it was the perfect place to log off in the saga. After I logged back on, I headed to Flotsam to get a side quest, but I didn't do it because it would have gave me a companion, and I want him at his strongest, aka at level 72, so I didn't continue that side quest. While I was there, I continued the diplomacy quest by collecting a cat and having Grimtooth speak, even though he's not on my crew yet. Then, I headed to Puerto Rico to make a trade system with the monkeys, but they are stupid little annoyances and made me shoot down a bunch of ships, whether it was a side quest or not. And all I got from it was looking like a clown, so frick monkeys. Anyways, they said there was only one thing to make a trade system with them, which would be finding Gortez and the gold monkey, because monkeys love gold and Gortez became an egomaniacal gorilla, which is the perfect description for any arsehole in society. But as usual, instead of focusing on the crazy gorilla in the jungle, I began Ratbeard's promotion quest, and he took back his clothing from the doggo dude, and my ghost rat buddy Lasco attacked because he was ignorant and didn't know Ratbeard was now a good pirate. After I got Ratbeard's gear back, he basically became my MVP for a while because he has 3 epics plus a power, and because of this achievement, I logged off. I logged back on and shot down even more ships and observed an unused sky tower thingamabobber, and then arrived at the gold mines to collect a bunch of side quests, and I talked to the head of the miners. The head of the miners said that the moles are rebelling and I should defeat some, and the loyal mole said that there are some other good moles captured in the flooded tunnels, and that will come in importance later. Anyhow, I listened to the head of the miners and wiped out all the rebel moles because they gave a lot of EXP, and I also collected a bunch of fruit and water while I was doing it. The bad mole said that the head of the rebels, Haku, was in the flooded temple, so I headed there and found a monkey saying that his friend was lost in the tunnels and he'll pay me money if I find him. So I found the monkey and he said to wipe out the entire population of water moles, and I gladly did as what I was told. And on the way to fight Haku, I tried to free the captured loyal workers, and remember when I said the loyal worker would come into use a few seconds ago? Well, this is where it comes in use, because to get the key to enter the chamber and free the captured workers, you have to fight Magato. You can probably see now where this is going. If you guessed, he is fairly easily defeated and gives 19 EXP and fantastic gear. So I began grinding after I freed the loyal mole workers from the evil moles. The grinding on him took about 5 hours, but it was worth it. And I was stupid and didn't realize until halfway I could beat him more efficiently by not breaking the line immediately and just going for Magato. Honestly, the Isle of Doom has some of the coolest battles in the game. After I fought him until I got to level 15, I began Vadima's Jojo Mojo Yojo Gojo, what is it called? Oh, it's called Jojo Mojo Rising, that's what it's called. So yeah, I began that by shooting down the ship of Booga Booga, and oh wait, the other half is in the dark jungle, so I had to continue the main mission, Boo Hoo. This forced me to fight Haku, and then I headed back to the gold mines to finish some more missions, and I was granted access to head into the dark jungle. I decided to actually focus a bit on the main mission by heading into the dark jungle, and I was greeted by a bunch of troggies. And I headed over to the campsite because it was the only reason why I was granted access there, and of course, it was destroyed. So I did the usual and fought Jojo Mojo instead of focusing on the main quest, and he was actually a threat. He dealt major damage to everyone and managed to kill Ratbeard, and that's the only time anyone died in this book. Because of this, I head back to Vadma so I can finish the Jojo Mojo quest and get the virtually useless ability to summon skeletons, and then I searched for the dying monkeys again. The dying monkeys left a note I completely forgot about, so if I wanted the story to make sense, I had to read over the story, and it was annoying. But it told me to head to Criado's cave, and that's basically the important part. After I went to Criado's cave and found the monkey survivors in there, I got a bunch of side quests because I headed into a new area, which was the dark jungle, and they made me take tree branches and collect weapons, and I gladly did. Then, I fought some troggies to search for the leader of the survivors, and it turns out that the troggy chieftain was cooking him for Thanksgiving. So I went to Sacrifice Cave to put out the flames and save the leaders, and killed every troggy and their leader to save the monkey leader, whose name was... Oh, it's Criado. I'm absolutely stupid, aren't I? Criado says that I could find Cortez and the gold monkey if I make a potion to remove the bees, and the bees were blocking the path in between me and that egomaniacal gorilla. So I used troggy toxins and lotuses to make a potion to remove the bees, and I finally entered the ancient ruins and saw a super chill frog. Then I logged off. After I logged back on, I smashed some bottles because it would stop evil tree magic, and then I talked to the head of the crazy monkeys, which his name was Aguirre. And I only remember his name because I can't pronounce it. Yeah, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Aguirre, whatever. The monkey dude said that I can only see Cortez if I stop the armada in the plunger tunnels, so I headed there and smashed up all the armadas and collected a bunch of stuff for Wamba, and at that time I came up with a quick tangent. How did the armada get into the jungle if the bees were in the way, and there were no evidence of them in Tradewind's Skyway? So how did they get there, and how did they get out? Because the argument could possibly be that they may arrive before the bees, but how did they get out with the crystals? Probably they leave after just contradicted myself. And that completely makes sense. They basically left after the pirate left, and they were still collecting crystals. Or they're immune to the bees. One or the other. Back to the topic at hand, I was now able to fight Cortez, but before I did that, I finished a bunch of side quests and leveled up to level 16 and began to fight Cortez, with the perfect description of an egomaniacal gorilla. But I had to do even more things to meet Cortez, because I was still somehow ill-worthy. I don't know, I did everything they wanted me to do before, but now I have to go through even more trials and... Okay. So I basically spooked Cortez senselessly, collected the spider eggs, ignored my parents' last cries of hopes and despairs via crystals in about 2 minutes because I used my Cortez speedrunning skills when I wanted to get Coronado here right now to speedrun his dungeon. Aguirre let me fight Cortez, and he was just sitting there, menacingly. And he ranted about some philosophy, and I ignored him and hit all the statues to blind him and then spooked him to death. After that, I went back to Vadima to learn some stuff, and I went to Puerto Rico to imprison Cortez, but they said I have to go into Monquista, so I saved after the next part because it has interactions with Monquista, but technically it could still be in the book because I have to do stuff with the Windstone, but it's just a little bit more, but I'm just gonna leave it how it is right now. Okay, it's time now to review where we currently are. I'm at level 16, which is where you'd be for Valencia Part 1, Ratbeard is level 14, Old Scratch is level 14, Lucky Jack Russell is at 13, and they are currently average levels. And I have the chance to gain 2 more companions just in case, which would be Bones McGee and Badacuda. I also have a lot of side quests still left, but I'll save that for the next episode because I am currently at a big time crunch and I'm currently bored from it. Oh, I completely forgot to say my apologies for this video coming out a week later, but it's basically time consuming, so basically yeah, every other Friday these videos will come out because the first week is basically playing the pirate and the next week is usually everything else, which is script writing, editing, etc, etc. And also, hopefully this video made you, the viewer, happy, and also roll the outro.